I wonder whether it is a question for Balázs. I will call him to the podium to see whether he can say what we have been doing in terms of aid to Iran in this area, or to Peter as well afterwards. But let's see first if we have something to say on humanitarian aid that we have brought to Iran in this field.
Indeed, this is a cross-cutting question, but let me add a few elements from the point of view of civil protection and humanitarian action. So, as you know, what we have in this field is the civil protection mechanism that can be activated by any countries around the world, including Iran. And in the context of the coronavirus, in the past, more than half a year, of course, the mechanism has been heavily activated, including not only by EU member states, but also by third countries. And for this reason, via the mechanism, we have channeled a significant amount of medical material in general to a number of third countries as well. So if I look at the figures that are in front of me, I think through the mechanism we have channeled aid to 22 non-EU member states, on top of the help that was supplied within the EU in terms of medical material. So Iran is not an exception, of course. So just like any country, Iran can also activate the mechanism and indicate a need for a medical material of any sort. We are always ready to examine such requests going forward.
Thank you. So there is a humanitarian aid channel that can be activated. I think that is the gist of the answer to your question with regards to Iran. Even if up until now, in the specific case of insulin, I do not think that there have been any specific actions vis-à-vis Iran. But let me also turn to Peter now for any complementary elements you might have on this.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Indeed, what Balázs just explained is a very concrete proof of EU's commitment to help our partners outside, including Iran, to deal with the consequences of corona crisis. And the High Representative and the EU member states were also very clear that regardless of existing sanctions, be it the sanctions regime by the EU or other unilateral sanctions imposed by other partners, these are not supposed to affect the humanitarian assistance. And most recently, I would like to direct your attention to the fact that the Commission actually adopted the guidance for everyone in order to clarify how it is possible to provide humanitarian assistance also to countries which are under sanction regimes. Because one thing is clear, the sanctions, especially those imposed by the EU, are not supposed to affect the humanitarian assistance. And this is what we are doing. So clarifying this also with our partners, with organizations, NGOs, private companies, and then being committed to find ways how to proceed with offering and providing humanitarian assistance to those who need it most. In this case, it's the Iranian people.
Thank you very much. Do we have other foreign relations related question today? Please keep your hand raised only if that is the case.